buttons on the headphone amplifier across the, I can't remember what they are now. Have a look at the headphone app.
Okay, so Facebook now firing back up again.
What does it say it does? Okay, have a look at the rest of the panels. Ow, can you not do that? That really hurts my ears.
So we're getting ready for the next of the finals.
Okay, can you have a look at the rest of the settings for channels 3 through 8? What are they all set to on the headphone? Okay, so make sure 1 and 2 are the same. Okay, I would make sure that the cable that's plugged into Hank's headphones is the one that's actually going to his headphones. You've not done something weird and mixed them up on the cross switches or anything, have you? I know they don't go through cross switch, but the mics do, but the headphones just go. Are the headphones just literally straight in? So just make sure you've not crossed the extenders over. You should be in one. Hello.
So who is in this second one? Let me tell you. It's exciting, isn't it? Okay. So we have Bernardo Neto from Portugal in 1, Thomas Nunes from Portugal in 2, Daniel Jose da Silva in 3 from Switzerland, Jose Miguel Laranjeira Ribeiro in 4 from Portugal, Sergio Bamonde from Spain in 5, Sergio Gonzalez from Spain in 6, Goncalo Costa from Portugal in 7, Nuno Vieira from Portugal in 8, and Jan Eichhorn from the Netherlands in 9. So far we have 100% qualification for the Dutch drivers. So can Jan from the back of the grid keep this one up? It's the super bump up Dutch at the moment. There you see, five Portuguese, 2 Spaniards, a Swiss driver and a Dutchman will be taking part in this part of the 1-256B final at the Euros. My guess is this race is also going to be relatively pedestrian like the last one, and then we start getting into real action. We move to the next race and pick up people who've not struggled so much. So, minute and a half warm up to go. Someone's flamed already, but that's fine because you can restart. The race hasn't got going yet.
Is that on? Yeah, okay, hang on, keep it like that. Right, I can still hear myself. So just for 5 seconds, press yours as well.
50 seconds to go.
Yeah, your one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Right, now just press the one you're wearing. Thanks, Tom, for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello to
You there?
Anox RC from Australia. Hello, Michael Van Dyke.
Right, that's
Mario
fine.
Kloemens, sorry, and Michael Van Dyke again. So some Dutch viewers as well. Now they all go out to the start line. Everyone's sitting on their own shined up and polished kart tyre.
There's no interference with crosstalk. It is literally just speaking to the microphone. Now the game was on like 60, because that's what I had to get out of it. They're not phantom mics, are they? No, I don't think they are.
Hello to everybody.
Are they?
If you're listening, I've just rejoined us on Facebook on either EFRA or RCTV. If you want to join the conversation, the 6 has got a problem. And that's a bad start. The 6 of Gonzalez is not going to start. No way. So it's Sergio Gonzalez had to make a late start. Has he started at all? The car's sitting on the starter box. He has. So he's already about 2/3 of a lap behind. Somebody else hasn't started either. So 2 cars didn't get going. So let's see how many actually crossed the line. My guess is 7, possibly 8. There's your leader, and that is the 4 car of Jose Laranja. And it's the Silva, the Nunez. It must be Neto who didn't start. Neto stalled off the line, so the pole man didn't start. And we got 2 people, Neto and Gonzalez. I think Gonzalez will cross the line at some point in the near future. But Neto looks like he's not running. He was on the grid, didn't start. Been taken back behind the wall, as the Americans would say, and not running. So 8 drivers fight for 4 places. Laranja with a 38-second lap. That's not bad. It's a short lap, of course, the first one. Just remembered. This time round, 37.40. Ike, oh, that's it. That's the lead gone. And back, he's gone back to Laranja from De Silva. All orange. Silva has gone for the orange and white look with a little flash of black. Nope. And that's a roll. Oh. A few cars have just done that last corner dive, cut it a bit tight and bang, straight into the kart tyre. Oh, a bit short on that second one. Oh. Just crawling his way across that inner field. Very shiny tyres, that will say. He's invested in a new set for this final. Oh, too far. Sort of the corner. 42 that one. Drop back one. No, it should be Nunes. There he is. Oh, it's a battle. A big battle of Nunes Icon. Jan Icon up from 9th, trying to keep that 100% Dutch bump up record so far. Car looks good, the Icon car. I take it therefore he was last due to a combination of issues. Oof. So this is Icon now. Nice little gap for Icon. Nunes now quite a way behind. Oh, another car stopped running. I'm not sure it's a Nunes car, but it's certainly a long gap. Nope, Nunes is behind, but he's 6 seconds back. And Barmond is 5 seconds behind. Nunes, Costa is 4 seconds back as well. Oof. Just need to capture the zoom of doom. And TP Pro replay coming over the. Oh, that was going wrong for quite a while. And there's the zoom of doom in slow motion. Icon. Oh, no, car upside down again. So Neto, the car one got going again, is up and running. Oh, another car's flame. Which time is that? And his number can't. That's all right. So no, that's 6 again. That's Gonzalez who had a problem at the start. So Sergio Gonzalez is flame. I think 2 cars are in the pits at the moment. Nunes leaves from Icon. Yeah, Laranjo had a bit of a delayed stop. Oh, just stopping. Costa, Icon. Those Icon's got the problem. He's dropping like a stone. So Neto, Gonzalez, De Silva and Ferreira are all off laps already. Icon seems to be off laps as well. So Icon has a big problem, which is going to end the 100% record of bumping up for the Dutch. It means that Neto, who didn't start the race, has an outside chance of actually catching up and bumping himself. It's a minute and 7 seconds. Race, yeah, oh, Icon is running again. So Icon's back running again. So he's flamed and got going in 5th. But he's a lap basically behind Larangier now. So it's Nunes, Costa, Barman, Larangier, then a lap to Eichhorn. There's plenty of time for them to have problems, in fairness. Neto, who started with problems, is now going on the comeback trail. This is the 2 car of Nunes. This is our leader, right at the top of the track. It's been quite pretty. He's best part of a lap ahead of Giancarlo Costa. I mean, that's Bamond as well all round. So Bamond's now got the lead as well. So Bamond, 5. I think actually Bamond is the. I don't know. I'm just need to read numbers a bit better. No, definitely the 2. So I'm sure this is Nunes. Apparently he's a second behind Bamon, but I can't see Bamon. I mean, it's Bamon waiting for fuel just ahead of us. So there is Nunes. He's back. Yeah, Bauman must have gone in for fuel just ahead of us. I must have missed that point. So Bauman has taken some fuel, moves into second, and he's taken now when he crosses the line in the 5. There he is now. So that was a fuel stop for Bamond. Sergio. So those two are quite happily ahead of everyone else. There is Goncalo Costa in third. Icon now is back up in fourth again. So I don't know how to Laranja. Laranja's also out. So Laranja's gone. Laranja, so Icon, despite flaming out, is back in bump up land for the Dutch. And then Neto, who actually missed the start of the race, he's only he's about 20 seconds off still of qualifying. So Icon flamed out, lost some time, back up and running again. Someone else has flamed again now. I think it might be the 7. That might be Costa actually. Just think that Costa may have gone. I will stay with Nunes because he's the only person really actually running around the track regularly. I'm actually certain that Costa has indeed flamed as well. So a lot of people having a problem keeping the cars running for 20 minutes. It's a hot day. And these hot setting. Costa's running. No, Costa is out there. So who is it back in the pits? Icon. No, Costa did lose some time. Somebody else has flamed again. Who's that? That's the orange car of 4. That is Laranja again. So Laranja's obviously got a serious problem. He's not going to be leading early on. So it's Nunes from Bama from Costa from Icon from Neto. The number 1 car is upside down in front of me of Neto. Didn't stall, but revving it to Billio. I think 7 cars are running at the moment. For half the race, just under half the race to go. You see if you can find car 5. It's about to go start finish. It's Bamond. There he is, car down the line now. Just because we've been stuck on Nunes for hours, so let's go have a look at Bamond in a second. Because really all that's happening is we're just waiting to see who breaks down behind him. Costa's in third. Not overdue. Icon's in 4th. Oh, another mistake in front of us. Noisy mistake for the 1 of Neto. So Icon, I would say, is also gaining on Goncalo. Gained 2 seconds that time round. No problem for the 4 of Laranja. So Laranja's about right. So they've got 8 cars running again. Only Nuno Vieira Ferreira isn't running. He went out after 5 laps. It's kind of waving there from one of the marshals. Like, what the heck's going on? This is Sergio Bamond. Oh! Bamond had a big lead over Icons. Icons now picked up 3rd again. Because obviously, after a mistake by Goncalo Costa in the last race, it could actually be a second stop. But anyway. So Nunes, Bamond, Icon, Costa, Neto, Gonzalez, De Silva, Laranja and Ferreira. And I'm pretty certain that Icon, Neto, Gonzalez, De Silva, Laranja and Ferreira have all been in the pits or are in the pits at some point. Not sure about Costa. I think he's just carried on running. Yeah. We're all back up and running again. Nuno Ferreira's back out again. 7 laps behind, but he's running again. So they're making the most of their track time here at Barcelos for the EFRA 1/8 Off-Road Euros 2022, supported by InvisibleSpeed.net, S-Works, for your strategy requirements, and RCGP. All car 6 off the track. No, car 6 has got a problem. That is the Sergio Gonzalez car. So another pit stop. There's a lot of people in the pits at the moment, mainly because a lot of them are getting fuel. There's definitely one that's flamed out and not starting. Not sure who it is. I think I Neto, but I'm not going to put money on that.
Now go down to the next rack, that's the Dante's rack. And you should see callers 1 through 4 and the BTs.
So quite simply have missing results for a couple of the teams. A couple of the cars are in there again, but you know, they'll get started, some of them. So Nunes, I believe Nunes is actually, I think Nunes is late. I think our leader's got a problem. I think he may have flamed out in the pits. I'm not certain. There's a bright light yellow car. Nunes very much overdue. There he is. So he did have a just a mediumly long one, 51. That's more probably just a slow pit stop. Bamond goes over. Eichhorn is there as well. Is Eichhorn going to be able to get up to second place even after flaming out? Bernardo Neto, the one car is missing. Now he's back. So Eichhorn has got himself into second place. He's a lap down or so on Thomas Nunes. Oh, that was close. That was not in control, that machine. 7 of Costa in 4th on camera. Okay, let's see if we can find car 2, our leader. I think he's the bright yellow one, possibly about to go on the really back end of the track. I'm not certain. Might be him, that one on the left, yeah. Might be him. Is that 2? It is 2. Oh, we're getting a great... It's 2 or 7. So Costa is 27 seconds ahead of Neto in for the final bump up. Oh dear. See what happened there with the T-Pro Racing replay. That's the end of the accident. That's car 2 fine. And then he gets absolutely clommoxed by 6 of Gonzalez. And he's still 20 seconds ahead of Eichhorn. Well, he was, would be less. This Eichhorn is amazing because Eichhorn had a flame in the middle of all this and is now back up to second. But Eichhorn's best lap time is 2 seconds faster than everyone else apart from Jose de Silva, so Daniel Jose de Silva, who's also got 37, but weirdly.
done it through game. No, that's fine. What was it on before? Oh, so you've had to flip it there. I would potentially put that back to 0 and use the favours.
Minute 18 seconds ago. Looks like Nunes is going to hold on for the win here from Icon. Bamond is further 33 seconds behind them. Then you have Costa in fourth and bumping up, and he's got a 33-second lead over Bernardo Neto. Costa officially is missing. I think, is that right? Have we lost him? No, he's back on again, just very late again, 56 seconds. So Costa's lead will drop down to less. 15 seconds his lead now. So starting their last lap, most of them. Neto doesn't make this cut, which he's not going to. That means the top four are nailed in. They are. So Neto is fifth, as you can see. So it's Thomas Nunes who wins this one. Yeah, and Icon will come in second despite having a flame and continue the Dutch 100% bump up record from 2 races. Sergio Bamond is in third, and Goncalo Costa takes the bump for the next level. Right, we've got through that, which is always a little bit painful. And now we're getting into some slightly more competitive racing. Richard Cliff Racing. Is there a site that I can see who is racing and what make they're running? There's something slightly to see what makes race. There's some people who've filled in their makes, only a very few have filled in all the various technical things. It is, of course, at myrcm.ch, myrcm.ch will take you to that, and you just press on the button that says Barcelos European Championship.
No, that was me. Let's not panic, that was me. Something moved. Hang on, Nick's now talking to me.
Right, so let's go for the old 128th A final. And it's Tommy Salonen in 1. Matteo Boxy in 2. We had a chat with Matteo earlier today for the group walk tomorrow. Hugo Kuna on 3. Kostas Agafotis on 4, who's also RC Special, so he's racing and reporting. Thomas Rezadaritz in 5. Remy Barbillon in 6. Luis Reis in 7. Tiago Cahello in 8. Sergio Gomez in 9. Ken Middlecoop, Gomez and Ken Middlecoop, Fernando Cabrera and Marvin de Groot are the bump up men.
Hello, I think we may have a slight movement. In our panic to shed weight at Stansted Airport, I think I've left the phone tripod in the back of my truck. If you can meet me halfway, that'd be great. still need to listen. No, no, no one. It's not a case of hopefully. All the levels of change now. The games are down, the levels are different careers and stuff like that. It was all too hot, so it's just calmed down and everything's fine now.
Here goes all the revving.
Yeah, we should be good. Yeah. I can see it here on the recorder.
So, seems a slight delay here. We're holding for a reason I'm not sure. There's a kind of a conversation going on between the people at either end of the pit lane, either end of the area here, having a phone conversation about something. I've no idea what it is. Kind of think we should just rattle on with all these races now.
Yeah, it should be fine.
So it's 4 o'clock here in Portugal, as we wait for the 1:28 final to get underway.
So then the next hop is make sure that the VT failure is, you know, how does that look? If you solo, what you can do as well is if you solo a channel pull, don't think that's what that's in here. Can't solo. I know you can, your headphones are still, yeah, your headphones are still, yeah. When you solo a channel, where you saw those big flashing bars, there's three. The two together is the master left and right. And when you're not soloing, the one on the left is for the mono. But when you are soloing, the one on the left becomes the solo monitor. So you can then solo the VT channel, actually see what it's at. Cool, can we do more later? Because I'm honestly about to take my own life. I can't take any more of these audio settings right now.
Releasing the cars. I've got 3 minutes of warm up to go. Salen, Boxy, Kuna, Agrafotis, Remy Barbillon, Reese, the other Coelho, Gomez, Middle Coupe, Cabrera and de Groot. So wait for this to get going. 1:28. What's going on now? All right. Oh dear. What's going on there? There we go. So it's Finland, Belgium, Portugal, Greece, Austria, France, Switzerland, Portugal, Netherlands, Spain and the Netherlands are your 12 runners for the 1:28A final. Here comes Chris. Hello, Chris. Chris Circus. Oh, gossip. Dave Gibson. Ibsen, the poet and playwright. It's very Erudite. Didn't know we were talking about that. Right, so we're going to get ready to go on this one. And they're away. And it's Salonen from Boxy, from Kuna, from Agrafoti. And they've gone off quite cleanly. And over the line. So first lap completed, and it is, in fact, in the lead. Timo Salonen, Matteo Boxy second, Kuna third. Let's just drop back to the second and third. I think that's more like a bit closer. Actually, they've all made, those top three have made a nice breakaway, haven't they? So over the line goes Matteo Boxing. Salonen. Agrafoti, Coelho, Reese, the group all over. Okay, so let's see where it goes. So this is second place. So it's tittling down now after a couple of minutes. You've got Salonen from Boxing Quina, from Reza Darts. Let's see if we can just drop back two. We might get the fourth and fifth battle, which is the battle for bump ups. Everyone's kind of real. That's one way to come back on the track again. I assume the purple car is actually the fourth place man of Resident, so I'm not totally sure. Barbillon, Agrafotis, Coelho, Reese, de Groot. So at the moment we're still waiting for the whole thing to even itself up slightly. Oh! Upside down. So Salonen, Boxy, Quona, Rosa Derritt. Barbillon, Agrophytis, Coelho, Reese, Middlecloop, De Groot, Gomez. Then Thomas, right. Thomas Residits, Costas Agrophytis, Thiago Coelho. Oh, that's all gone a bit wrong. They come, just get the take off slightly wrong, scuffled it, and over the top. So hopping along the back section, this deep red machine, number 6 of Barbillon. So that car, everybody's in 7th place at the moment. Let's shift forward one, that blue car. I'm not quite sure. I don't think we got quite. There's a couple of cars that got stuck behind already and a couple of laps back, which does tend to happen occasionally. And that's the 8 car. I think, oh, yes, it was the 8 car until it rolled over there. Should we see the 8 car do that again? I think it's the T Pro replay. Take off, and that's the 8 car, and all the way it goes. And that was, of course, the other Coelho. He was in 5th, probably dropped down a little bit now. Thiago Coelho. Still in 5th, and Balbilla behind him in 6th. I mean, it's kind of. So how far ahead is 4th? 7 seconds. This is actually the closest battle on the track at the moment. The battle for 5th and 6th. It doesn't count much at the moment because both of them are being eliminated, but things can change. We're getting an idea of how easy it is to race on this circuit, or not, as the case may be. Oh, there they go. Oh, he's gone again. And that is bad news for Coelho. Nice bit of marshalling though. Let's see if we can. I want to kind of see if we can pick up car number 5 of Thomas Residits. I'm not quite sure. There's 4 going past. There's 8 going past. Oh, because the fuel stops, it's all got kind of a bit confusing at this point. There's the 1, and there's 5. Right, so this is Residents. We did see earlier, very briefly, rejoining the track. And gaining back, I think, 4th place. Now, we're in the middle of the pit stops now, so just working out where they're settling down with 11.5 minutes gone. Kuna, Agrifotis. So Rosa's now taking the lead. So this is a bit of a reverse curse. The commentator managed to get the car in the front as he comes down the hill. He's left it's just a single, unfortunately. Flops it, and there they go. So he now has a lead of 6 seconds over Hugo Kuna. Costas Agrifotis is in third, and Ray Barbillon is fourth. Lewis Reese is fifth. No real closeness between fourth and fifth. Barbillon's quite a long way back, actually, 14 seconds back. So this is a lead of 6 seconds. So what we'll do is we'll let Rosie the Arts, and we'll leave him at the normal place, and hopefully the next car is car number 3 of Hugo Kuna. Let's find out. Is the next car Hugo Kuna? Yeah, it's about 6 seconds, isn't it? Be one of these two cars anyway. Actually, this is the battle for second and third, actually, with the 3 and the 4. So it's Kuna and Agrifotis. Agrifotis in the light blue, as befits a Greek racer. So second and third. I mean, both these guys are bumping up, so it's not all doing. Agrifotis gets it a little bit wrong there on the skippy section. Barbillon is in fourth. We've got second and third. It's Kuna and Agrifotis. Agrifotis, the blue car, catching up, but a bit wide there. So they're trying to. But Zach's doing his best to keep them both in the frame. They're not really helping by being a little bit too far apart. Residalitz doing okay. We've probably got 3 cars that have pulled out of this. We've lost Matteo Boxy, Kuhn Middlecoop, and Fernando Cabrera. Now, some of these cars have rejoined, but they are all at least 3 laps off, so they're not going to be doing anything more than that. They won't get back into a bump-up place. So just 9 cars rolling at the moment. So our first Dutch elimination of the entire championship is Koen Middelkoop, as the Dutch were doing a top-tastic bump-up work earlier. Oh! Tripping over a back marker there. It's okay for Kuna though, across the line. Agrifotis is held up a little bit more by that kerfuffle, but the gap's only 1.8 seconds. Barbillon not getting any closer to these two, so that's not going to be. These two are comfortably quicker than the other. Interesting, was that? Is that the leader going past? No, it's a different car. Who's that car that just went past? Let's go further forward, because that car's got excellent pace, but obviously I think must have had earlier issues. Is that the one of Salonen? Yeah, so that's the one of Salonen who must have had some problems earlier. So Salonen absolutely on a tear up. Salonen doing 36s, 42, 39s from everyone else. If you can keep this thing wheels, it doesn't help doing that, but you can keep it wheels down, you can perhaps come back from the. He only needs to find 19 seconds to get back in the bump-up place. He's not going to find it when he's not facing the right way and the wheel's not on the ground. So, obviously, Salen's got this situation where he's got the speed. This lap's already shot because he's made 2 mistakes. I'm just wondering whether... Costas Agrifotis got past Kuna into second now. You see him in the back of the shot there. A lap down almost is Salen, but Salen's got some real pace on him. Not that lap, into 39. But if he can actually settle down, he might have enough time to come through the field and get as far as Remy Barbillon, who currently holds the last bump-up position. Car looks great. I mean, it's staying all 4 wheels on the track. So a little bit of a confidence break there coming up the hill. So, final fuel stop. Let's take him in and through if we can see him. There he comes. That's a locked off. That shot's a previous locked off one. That's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen.
Like batteries. Oof. A little wobble there. So Salonen, he's in 6th. Why are you following the 6th place man, Nick, I hear you say? Well, because the top 3 are nailed in. It's really whether he can drive up. He's in 5th now. 6th, whether he can drive up into position. He's got to find 20 seconds. I think Barbillon has to stop again for fuel. He's got about 5 laps to do it. He's on running normally. He's about 3 seconds lap faster. It's doable if he doesn't have a crash. He's already picked up 5th, as you can see. And the gap to bump up now is 13 seconds. So, as I said, there was a fuel stop in it at that time. But now he's got 4 minutes and 48 seconds, which I suppose is 8 laps. Outside chance, 9 laps to make up 13 seconds and bump up. Can he do it? James? Yes, says James. James is in a world of his own thinking about DB levels. So another lap in the books, and the gap now is a second. So Barbillon must have had an absolute nightmare. He did 47. So that is Salonen. That took a bit quicker than I was hoping, really. He's up in the final bump up slot already. So Salonen goes past Barbillon, who had a bad lap. Oh no, he's lost it again. Oof. Did you press the button? So he's just got himself in. Salonen just gets himself into the bump up place and loses it on the exit of the corner. And there goes Remy Barbillon back into the bump up slot. And the gap is now 2 seconds. There he is. There's the two of them again into the switchback. Oh, a bit wide there from Salonen. He's got 3.5 minutes to do it. He's a lot quicker on the ground, but he's still got to stay in front. He's had a brief taste of 4 corners of bumping up. Chasing down, Salonen in the white and red car, the much darker red car. That is Remy Barbillon, France versus Finland. Through the S-bend and out past commentary corner. Downhill, past the timing and scoring. That sharp single, the big single. Salonen now looking for a clean way past because the referee will be watching them because there's nothing else to see in this race. Jump together. Barbillon tightened himself up, tied up his race in the last couple of laps. Really, he's worked out that it's very hard to get past cleanly here if you don't make a mistake. With a high tabletop. Oh, and up the inside there. Nice one from Salonen. Just clipped him through. And that could be it, to be honest, because Salonen is faster on the ground speed than Barbillon. It's really just about mistakes. Can we say that again? That final overtake, well, probably final overtake manoeuvre from T-Pro replay. So just in case the brake signal overshot it, and you see the little correction he had to make as he was going in. That's Barbillon. He left the door open, and there was Salonen saying, "Thank you very much. I shall take that position." And with 2 minutes 18 seconds to go, if I don't throw it off the track, I will be the 4th bump up man. Now, interesting. Kostas Akrafotis has managed to get himself into the lead of the entire race. He's got past Thomas Resdalitz, who was doing very well, was a long way ahead at one point. So Kostas is doing a good job. Hugo Kuna 3rd, and Tommy Salonen, who we're watching, is 4th. I'm not sure whether Resdalitz had a problem at some point because he was very much pulling away. And he's kind of lost, and he's lost 5 more seconds there. So I'm just thinking that Thomas is having a problem. He's so far ahead, it's not really a massive issue. Barbillon is 22 seconds behind him as the person who would try and get the bump up. Just keep an eye on what his lap times are if he is struggling. Not that time, did 37.3, which in this company, super quick. Well, the 8 car has stopped. That is Coelho who's kind of out. So the 8 car. Oh, that's a weird one. Why are there arrows now? All right, because they've gone down. Well, Sandon's gone down behind Barbarian according to this again now. So Sandon's lost the place. Well, this is a new version of timing. It's got, if you've lost the place, you've got an arrow downwards. But Sandon has lost the place. I didn't see him do it, but he's lost the place. I think this is 35.9 last time, but I find very unlikely. So in that, Sandon did not bump up. I'm not quite sure how that happened. I was so busy looking at other bits of timing that I've not worked out why he didn't bump up. And by quite a considerable amount of time. That's very weird. If you watched the bit I wasn't watching then to find out what it was, we'll find out what it was. But it was Agrafotis, Thomas Residitz, Hugo Acuna, Remy Barbarian, Tommy Sandon and Sergio Gomez who bumped up. Okay, so they can now have the second half. Okay. We are now getting ready for the 128th B final. 4 bump up, BJ Williams. So let's see where we're going now for the B final. Well, not the B final. I'll be very excited. The B final is the 128th B final, of course. And who is taking part in this one? Well, it is Joel Suarez in 1, Fernando Almeida in 2, Danny Vega, former European champion, in 3, Kim Einhardt in 4, Vladimir Santos in 5, Juha Salomon in 6, Carlos Fonseca in 7, Hugo Plata in 8, Thomas Nunes in 9, Jan Eichhorn in 10, Sergio Bahamond in 11, and Goncalo Costa in 12. So it's Costa, Bahamond, Eichhorn and Nunes are your bump-uppers. There we go. Kind of slow. So it's quite, the position 1's quite difficult, isn't it? Because you kind of crawl up the hill because you're so close to it. It's almost like you kind of massive rise, and the car's hardly rolling. But it does look like Joel Suarez has got himself out. I'm not quite sure Joel Suarez, but the only person who's got his first name, the name printed on the sort of wrong way, you could say, in the time in scoring. But we'll wait for them to come round. Looks like it's a good early lead. And the first car to come in front of us is indeed that one machine. Then it's the 2 machines. It's 1 from 2 from 4 from 5 from 6. So it's Fernando Almeida, Kim Einhardt, Vladimir Santos, Juha Salomon, Jan Eichhorn. So Eichhorn's made a good move. Eichhorn certainly shouldn't have been where he was, which was basically dead last qualifier. So Eichhorn's looking to go for the double bump. So he's always had a very bad qualifying, and perhaps now beginning to find his feet of where he should be in the scheme of things. So Almeida coming up behind, trying to catch up to Suarez, but it's very early days. It's a chance to settle down. Gapping Einhardt in 3rd. 4th place. It's quite interesting. If you could see the track from which I can see, which is kind of from an overview. I was going to say that all the cars are spread out. The first 8 cars are spread out, but the last 4 cars just had an orgy of destruction in front of me. So there's a few things going on. So settling down. Danny Vega, former European champion, doesn't appear to have started. So he is now running. Yeah, unfortunately. So Danny Vega has had a problem on the line, hasn't got going. So that's your number 3 car not in there. So leading, it is still, the 1 car of Joel Suarez, who has a couple of seconds lead now over Fernando Almeida. And then we have, put it all back. Vladimir Santos, Jan Eichhorn, and Kim Einert now dropped to 5th, which would be a problem for Kim Einert fans. Been joined by a man with a beer, which seems very, very unfair that I don't have a beer, but the man with the beer has one. It's
you can drink
JQ.
beer while you work.
You can drink beer, whether you work particularly efficiently.
Oh, okay.
So, obviously, one of the big talking points outside of the qualification through these races and everything else is who is going to be still allowed to, whether JQ is going to be allowed to continue his racing career.
And happily enough, we are in the same 1/8 final.
Really?
1/8A
so Jessica
tomorrow.
Paulson is now his nemesis. For some reason, David Ronefalk nominated Jessica Paulson. If she beats JQ at this event, then JQ's got to give up, retire, which seems a little bit severe, really.
I agree. I completely agree. 1/8A final tomorrow at 10:30.
So they are, and that's the bet. So whoever finishes higher in that final, unless they both bump up and it carries on to the quarters, that'll be it. Could be JQ's career gone. What are we going to do? So JQ, obviously, man in charge of MiserablesSpeed.net, just trying to keep an eye on this race at the moment. It's not particularly close. As you can see, the gaps there. There's 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, 1 second. So try and find card 10 of Jan Eichhorn, who's in 5th, which is the last place that's not bumping up. Sorry, just to give you a random one like that, Zach. But
Coming to the loop now.
Coming to the loop now is the 10. There he is, the 0. He's right. That's an excellent spot there by my green-haired friend. So Eichhorn he's dropped off a bit from Einhart this time. Einhart, Kim's currently bumping up and looking for a double bump. This would be...
Yeah, she's in the car in front, ahead of him now, right now, on track.
So a few corners ahead. She's timed at 5 seconds ahead, and that looks a bit less than that, so we'll see where it's going. Certainly he was the fastest member of the... Oh, that's not good. So what we'll do is we'll mark that, and we'll look there, and we'll have your eagle eyes about what went wrong there with the T-Pro replay.
A very common mistake. Comes up a bit short, and actually he tapped the brake in the air, so the nose came down, clipped the jump, and over he goes.
So that's it. So don't tap your brake.
No, I've done that.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. You end up thinking, well, I've done that. Yep, I've done that. So Eichhorn now is 9.5 seconds behind Kim Einhart. Kim's one of... Is it only Kim and Jessica as our female race in this event? I don't think there's any more, are there?
I think so, yes.
So, another one. I think possibly my attempt to try and encourage Jan Eichhorn with some coverage has backfired spectacularly.
Yeah, he lost 10 seconds.
Now been upside down twice in a matter of seconds. I think he's probably lost 2 or 3 places as well. So, yep. And he's gone again. Right, well, it's a bit pointless, isn't it, really? So that's gone well. I like that. When you roll right near the pits, I was coming in anyway. I know I may have rolled on the entry, but I was coming in anyway. It's fine. You know, we've all done that.
Actually, my mechanic is in this race, Juha Salmén.
Is he?
Yeah, looks like it. In 8th place right now.
Didn't know you had a mechanic. I thought you were the mechanic.
Oh, number 6. My trusty mechanic. Where is he?
Well, we'll see where we can find him in a second. Hold on. I'll watch the cars going around here and then we'll pick him up. Number 6, yeah? Oh.
Right.
No, that was 7 upside down then. 1. Lots of people going for fuel now. First fuel stop time, 7 minutes down, 13
now
to
he's
go.
coming to the loop, I believe.
To the loop. It's the 6,
yes.
yeah, that blue and white.
Oh,
he's gone in the pits. Just so we would pick him. Yeah, pick him up. That's a good idea.
Let's see who my mechanic
our
is.
pits camera, you can't see it. Our pits camera just overheated, unfortunately. That's what James was coming in to rescue him. That's why we're waving in front of the air conditioning. He's overheated in the sun. But he will go out the pits in a second. No, he's in a bad stop, isn't he?
Flame out, I think, in the pits.
He just can't get the help, can he?
There he goes.
So this is the 6 machine of Juha Salminen. So is this Juha's normal level, or has he done badly this time?
No, this is Juha's normal level. This is just a hobby for him. Something to... some relaxation from the real world, real work.
What is his real world and work? What is Tim? Give us a pen picture of the man on the screen.
You know what? It's something to do with.
You don't care, do you?
No, it's something to do with. I'm trying to think of the word in English, like when you have like building maintenance and buildings and stuff. Like I think he has
building
his own
maintenance.
company.
Yes,
and does
that's
that,
fine.
so
Yeah, no,
something like that.
building maintenance is actually a complete translation of something that does exist. So he's a super, as they would call in the States. No, maybe actually a head of many supers.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's been watching me all week. Oh, I didn't do that though.
Does that help?
Nope. I don't know.
Surely, if he's going to watch anybody, he's going to watch David, who is the person you've been tuning up.
No, but you need to pick someone that's realistic skill level and achievement.
So Joe Suarez leads. Fernando Amanda is saying, "Oh,
I didn't do that."
You didn't. Well, you say that. Let's see it again. I hope we've got all at the end of it.
I bet you anything came up short again.
Bang.
Yep. It's easy to do here for some reason.
So this is really just driving issues. It's not actually set up or anything. It's
These are just timing the jumps, not landing in the right spots. Yep. More to do with driving than setup. 18 seconds to the bump spot for Nunez. So
yeah,
I think top 4 are smooth sailing from here on out.
Well, we've said that on several occasions. It hasn't been so far.
No.
At the halfway mark, we've had people with half a minute ahead and they've managed to blow it or have a problem or flame out. So it does seem this 20 minutes in this heat is causing some of these guys in the hobby area a little bit more of a problem in keeping running. Maybe Danny Vega's not kept running. He's next European champion, but you know what I mean.
That is, I was wondering about that. That is Danny Vega. This must be his worst Euros ever.
Yeah, I think by a country mile. I don't know if he even took the start, so it may be, he might have food poisoning or something and just not been feeling up to it, so. I think you need to have a chat with Salmon. Every time he goes around the first corner, he looks like he's about to go to the pits. So I think he's not got that line quite right. And I can say that from just on a basic line. I'm not going to tell anyone.
He prefers that line.
I'm not going to tell anybody how to drive a 1/8 nitro buggy, but I can just say from basic racing lines, it's not the way I would go.
I think he just really doesn't want to hit that tyre.
Right. He's a little bit karting tyre averse.
Yep.
Second and third are quite close now, which is the 2 and the 5. Well, they were quite close. They've now separated a little bit, so it may have been the fuel stops. Let's see if we can see. Well, 5's nowhere now, is he? Where is it? 6 again. It's our man. Things get hot, a little bit stutter there.
Where's the leader?
Suarez is about to finish. Kind of about to finish a lap, I think. So he should be coming over. Yep, down the straight now. This car on the straight. That's it. That's our leader. Got a 10-second cushion with 9 minutes to go. So that's a second a lap. A second a minute you can lose. See.
Half a second a lap, easy.
So obviously we finished qualifying a couple of hours ago. Oh, brilliant! That's 10.3 from the German judge. That one was. No, too late. You pressed that anyway. No, too late. You've got to do it almost as soon as you see. You've got 5-second rewind on it.
That was less than 5.
No, it wasn't. Oh, I'll prove it to you. Look.
No. We missed it.
Well, we didn't miss it. You missed it. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's never 5 seconds. That's more like
that is
2.
5. Well, that's what you think it is, but it's not how your brain works. Your brain there's an accident. Your brain has a registered accident. Think that's a good accident, and then think, I must press the button. And then by that time, if you don't do it, you're in trouble. There's our leader. He's been dropped out and goes again. We will sort out a better pits view for tomorrow. We had a better pits view into the camera overheated, so we need to work out how we can keep things up and running in the ridiculous heat here, and it's no cooler tomorrow. And it's bright sunshine as well, which is a bigger problem, because electrics just don't like that sort of thing. Oh. So even that's probably a bit late. Oh, our leader's very stuck. Oh, that's a nightmare. The wheel's gone through. Oh, how much time has he lost? He's done. I think he's done something that's impossible. He's actually got the wheel stuck through, like a child getting his head stuck through a railing. It'll go one way but not the other. So he did that, and then had a really unfortunate outcome, because when he rolls into this, he just gets his wheel stuck in through the thing. That's like 1,000 to 1 chance. That's dropped him into 1 minute and 3 seconds. It's dropped him to 3rd place. So he lost 28 seconds on that lap.
That's not ideal.
So obviously in the invisiblespeed.net, how do you deal with when your wheel gets stuck in a closely knit fence?
Well, we do talk about jumping and how to approach jumps, and that was a jumping issue right there. It came up short. There we go. Clears it nicely now.
So what's the trickiest part of this track then, Jakey?
The part in front of the driver's stand.
Really?
The whole thing. Like all of it.
Well, the whole race, the whole track. Oh, right, okay. That was useful. I thought, oh, he's going to tell me he's I didn't know. He's just...
If I have to pick one particular thing, let's think about this. Okay, this is relatively easy, not too bad. Triple's okay. This chicane, you can lose a lot of time. That's easy to go slow, hard to go fast, and that's the hardest part. Yep, that part with the fence there in the middle. There we go. And, and that double. We've got... Actually, I'm going to pick that double. The double towards the driver's stand before that left, before the big double where he crashed.
Yeah.
That double is the hardest part.
Right.
That's actually where you're going to see drivers in every single final crash. And it's going to happen when they're battling for position, maybe even for the lead. That's where they will crash. Even the best drivers in the world, that's it. All of this they can handle. They can do this perfect. They can carry their speed through the chicane. They can whip their car over that corner tabletop. They can do this, but right here, they'll flip over. There.
Right.
Not there.
Oh, and he's done it again. He's done it again.
I think his nemesis is that double.
He's not enjoying it. That's quite obvious. So Almeida leads. Fernando, ignore the gaps you're seeing. Some of the gaps are a bit out on the time. I'll talk to James when he comes back about that. So Kimana is not 75 seconds behind Joel Suarez. She is less than 12. So we'll get that sorted out. I'm not sure it's even 71 seconds off the lead. Oof. That's not the track.
Something we might see tomorrow is with these longer finals and increasing quality of drivers, skill levels, staying online, we will see a greasier track. So all the fumes coming out of the exhaust, the oil gathers on the track, everyone's doing the same line, lap after lap after lap in the baking hot sun for a longer period of time without breaks. Tomorrow we might see the track get a bit more slick.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting to see how big of a difference that is. And
is that just a driving adjustment? It might even mean in an ideal world would you use a different tyre?
Yes, I think tyre choice will be key, and also the tendency of the car right now. Some drivers are doing better when the track is more grippy, and others are doing better when it's looser. So we'll see that even out tomorrow in the semi-finals, and we'll see who prefers the slightly looser conditions. And of course, with me and Jessica, that's going to be a deciding
key
factor.
Well, you're starting a couple of places ahead of her, aren't you?
That's good. I have what looks like the 9-year-old Pariente after me.
He's not 9, though, is he?
Well, there are 2 Parientes.
Well, the older one is 16. I don't know how he's quite young.
I don't know. He looks like he's 9. So, anyway, it's going to be fun.
You know, you can get beaten by a 40-year-old or beaten by a 9-year-old. It's your choice.
Yep.
Right, so Kim up to 3rd. A lot of these timings are a little bit confusing. See, we haven't seen Kim actually. So we kick Kim for a couple of laps. Car 4. She's pinky. Well, she's down the main straight now. Down the main straight now. There we go. That's Kim in pink and yellow. Currently set for a bump up. The big bump ups are the ones in the next race because they bump you up an entire day.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to go up for a race at 8:30. In fact,
that's definitely what you want to do, though. You want to race on main day.
So, Einhart this appears to be a relatively simple run for her. I mean, she's not had any great ground speed particularly, but she's not really put anything wrong either. So quite a good finals run. I was reading some of her posts yesterday. She just isn't gelling with the track, she says, but you know, you've got to do what you do. Every track, the track is the one thing that is the same for everybody. Sometimes you get tracks you like, sometimes you get tracks you don't like. That isn't the case. Sometimes you get drivers just gel with a certain type of track, or you just, you know, I really like that part of the circuit. Which is your favourite track?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think my answer is different every time. I do like the tracks in America when they get rough, off-road, real off-road, and the tracks in Asia have been really nice. Some tracks in
So basically, just not the European ones then.
Yeah, European ones lately have been too smooth, too much like on-road with jumps. I'm not a big fan of that. Hopefully the world's track will break up and be a bit more off-roady.
Well, it's multi-surface as well in Redovan. Yeah. This is a single-surface track, which you know, this is a unique surface. That's bonded together. It's a unique challenge. I think everyone thinks it's I think everyone's enjoying the circuit because it is this challenge. I think it's something that a lot of drivers like the fact that it's a surface. So they just work out what they have to do on this surface, whether they start off loving it or not. They get to the point where they work out their setup around it. They're not. I suppose it's probably a track which you can set up with a lot less compromises than a multi-surface, for example, because you are always dealing with the same sort of general grip levels. Yeah,
that's true. I would say that the last Euros track that I really enjoyed was 2017 in Sweden, Eskilstuna.
That got quite rough, didn't
Robert
it?
won, yeah. Really challenging track. And for Worlds, well, 2016 Vegas, I like that. And where else? 2012 Argentina was good also. So
I didn't go there.
It's been a while.
I didn't go to Argentina. Did you do particularly well in Argentina?
No, I didn't. I think my tire came unglued in the quarterfinal when fighting for the bump, so it was not ideal.
So the race is finishing, and we've got Kim now coming through in third. Santos Valdemar got the final bump up. Thomas Nunes was after him. So it's Fernando Almeida, Joel Suarez. So Suarez ended up second despite probably being fastest, but he had that massive time where he was stuck on the fence with his wheel waggling. Then Kim Einhardt, Valdemar Santos, Thomas Nunes, Jan Eichhorn.
Yeah, good job for Fernando Almeida. I know him from years ago when he used to go racing with Miguel Matias, who was on the top of the game back then. And I also raced the Portuguese National Championships one year, I think 2009. So I got to know him well back then. And there he is, happy to have bumped up. Good to see.
So in a second we'll get the runners and riders for the 164th A. 2 more races today. So what are your plans for the evening then? Are you off and about drinking in town, or is it all
I think
scrubbing in tyres and that sort of thing?
Early night. I need to be here early to marshal and then race my this is maybe the most important main of my life.
It is. It could be the last one.
Very, very important.
Does Jessica know about this?
I don't know, to be honest.
She's sitting there realising she has the fate of a man in her hands.
Yeah.
Man's racing career.
And I've already turned someone's radio off in a race, so I can't do that the second time.
Yeah, I really think
you can only do that once.
I really think you shouldn't do that again, to be honest. It
Yeah.
wasn't particularly popular in the first place, was it really?
I don't know. We did sell a lot of cars right then, so.
Whose was it you turned off?
Ben Sterling from Australia.
Oh,
It was a DNC. I was bumping up in truck. I mean, I was ahead of Fend.
Truck?
I don't understand what was happening. And I was lapping Ben, and he was standing next to me, and I told him, hey, I'm coming up, please let me go. And he sort of didn't, and then eventually it looked like he was going to do that, and we went over a jump, and he cross-jumped, and we crashed in the air. My car broke, and I looked over. I saw the silver on-off switch, and I switched it off.
And I believe you were banned from the meeting, weren't you?
The rest is history. Yes, I was disqualified, and that was it.
So you were DQ'd from every class,
yes.
were you?
Well, I was disqualified. I couldn't do the nitro main. Electric buggy had already been raced, luckily, and I made the main and did that. So at least I had that. But nitro, I couldn't do my race. So I don't recommend that.
Good, but let's get that quite clear. So however much red mist you see, it's best not to turn off someone else's radio.
Yeah. I tend to learn these lessons the hard way by doing them myself. That's the story of my life.
Yeah. So you got this long wait before the cars are released for their 3 minutes of warm-up.
Long enough for an invisible speed promo.
What, video?
Yeah.
No, because James isn't here.
Where's James?
He's out doing a lot of we've got a lot of technical setup for tomorrow.
How do you play it?
If I knew that, I'd play it.
I edited that like 1 a.m. here.
He's given me like 3 buttons. So, don't worry, you get another chance to play it out later. But it's just a case that, I'm hiding behind hierarchies here. My job's worth to do that, JQ. I can't possibly play out a video. No, I use this system for some of the kart racing I do. I use a much more basic version of it, even though but James has got the full-on multi-screen, the way you're supposed to do it, which I just find massively confusing. Zach, can you just move the camera very slightly? Not move the camera, just move the camera very slightly.
There, it's this one. Look.
Just
I know how to play it.
So it's pointing straight across.
Can I play it?
Hang on a second. Just unlock it and move it so it's just pointing to the straight. And, right, you can lock it up again now.
Salonen did bump. They lost him a lap.
Excellent. That's why he suddenly dropped back out.
Yeah.
That's
we had a discussion in the pits, and team manager went to find out what happened. So good, he did bump after all.
Good.
Got his lap back. This one, look. Can I press this button?
Go for it. See what happens.
Okay, let's see.
Nothing. They've broken it now.
Play selected event.
No, that's not it. I don't know what that is. We've probably broken the whole thing.
No. Look, something changed here.
There you go. Press cut and it happened. No, took the 2 of us, and we left the timing on. Hang on. There you go. Honestly, this is the blind. I should know what's going on, but I've literally just sat here deciding to be the person who just talk rather than going to look at the picture. So then I have to do 2 more things. It should also cut back again at the end of this. 20% off, everyone. Extra live catch up. Euros. Actually, we can't hear me on PC at this point.
There we go. Beautiful. We have 194 participants in Invisible Speed. We need 200.
Absolutely.
Definitely this week. Otherwise, I double retire.
You can't double retire.
I'll retire from racing and from Invisible Speed.
No, don't do that because you're working with me at the World. So.
Am I?
Yes, if we promised.
Well, okay, so we'll do that, but I'll be retired. I'll do it in my free time.
Free time, excellent.
Yes.
As long as there's free time involved in the check, that's fine.
That actually reminds me of a Monty Python sketch.
Yes, I was
it's the
arguing in the free time, yes.
So it's you go somewhere to pay for an argument, and then when your time is up, the argument ends.
That's right.
But this one guy kept arguing.
You could never live with that, could you?
Yeah.
You want to get your full value for your arguments.
Yeah, so the time was up, yet he was arguing. And then when the customer caught him out, he said, but I could be arguing in my free time.
Okay, here we go. Ilari Langoa is in 1. Alexandra Vidal is in 2. Johannes Nicolai Lambert's in 3. Christian Villar is in 4. Freddie Thompson's in 5. Felipe Nuno Ferreira is in 6. Oliver Fisher in 7. Ika Tellitz is in 8th. Kostas Agrafotis is in 9. Thomas Rezadats is in 10. Hugo Kuhnhaar is in 11. And Tommy Salonen is in 12.
Yeah, so we have a Finnish driver first and last.
Well, you know, that's Finland for you. Top and bottom. So, as always, I do. I mean, we've been talking about a lot of things about this, but one thing I do kind of think we need to do, I just feel that the gaps between things are way too long.
In racing?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Breaks and warm-ups and stuff. But, I mean, if we want to do a good coverage, the racing has to change. If we want the races to have more fun, the racing also needs to change.
I just think I think, you know, without upsetting
things.
anybody at all. So let's think of the path of least resistance. Yeah, just upset no one. Just take 2 minutes out of all these gaps, or 3 minutes out of all these gaps. Yeah, you don't need the amount of time they've got. So if you took 3 minutes out of every single heat, that's 40 minutes around you get back.
At the Euros, the gaps are actually extra long.
Yeah, why? We just
I don't know, because it's always been that way.
So I'm not going to criticise anything to do with the event, or not the event. The event's fantastic. I'm not going to criticise anything to do with the format, but let's just tighten everything up. Just make it. It's more time to drink beer.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
It could be done, but I don't see anything changing.
Okay, let's get ready to roll.
So let's watch the pole sitter. It's Ilari Langenoja from Finland, and he's a bit of a crazy driver. So we might see some action here.
Is that the definition? He's a crazy driver. Let's look at the pole man. Let's go further forward on the grid. Zach? Oh, that was a very poor start by everybody involved.
Yeah, he's normally just punched out of his mind, full throttle, everywhere, which on this track is very tricky to do.
Yes.
So, see how he gets on. I actually think that both the Finnish drivers are going to make it until and bump to tomorrow.
Oh, that's what happens today. You get through, you jump through today, and straight it is Ilari. How do you pronounce his surname again?
Langenoja.
Langenoja. Blimey, I wouldn't have gone for that, so I'm glad you're here. So Langenoja from Villar, from Vidal, from Fischer, from Lamberts. Oh, is that in second?
Short.
Oh, someone's already, I think, yep, Freddie Thompson, I think, has already stopped and walked back from the...
follow that battle in second, third and fourth. That's where the action is.
Yeah. Second, third and fourth underneath us now.
Yeah, see Salonen bumped up and he's already up to 6th place. So he knows the track, knows what to do. He's a calm, steady driver. He's, I think, I can't remember how old he is, 40 plus. He's been racing for 30 plus years. So,
wow.
Yep. Enari and Teemu Leino, world champions, European champions, when they were just starting out.
Yeah.
Sleeping in a tent at the track, camping, before they had made a name for themselves in racing. And they have already, Stenari has retired. Leino is still racing, but what is he, 45 years old?
Yeah.
Still racing
for
Infinity.
Is Timo 45?
He's born 77, I think, or 76.
Because he won a European championship like 2002. So that's 20 years ago.
Yeah. I think he's born 76.
So it is... Oh, I forgot how it's Langen. No.
Yeah, he had a tumble on the back. He had a karting tyre.
Tellers, Vidal, he's dropping down a little bit now.
Still 4th. Someone flaming out. Number 9 flames out.
You know, we lost a couple of drivers. I think Thompson didn't
our
start.
Greek.
Hugo Kuhn didn't get a start either.
Our Greek friend, Agrafiotis, flames out. I still stick by what I said. I think both Finnish drivers are going to bump. Langenoja and Salonen.
Yeah.
Looking good right now.
Well, it's good. Well, where's Salonen? Salonen's running in 6th and he's quite quick, so there's a reasonable chance. So, Tillers, Vidal, Langonier, Ferreira, Villa, Lamberts, Residits. Heat a little bit getting to our running. I'm just going to sort this little problem out in a second with the stuttering. We'll solve it. Don't worry, that's not your internet. That's just our slight camera issue, which we're going to sort out in the next couple of seconds. Meanwhile, the eagle-eyed of JQ has seen what, JQ? Tell me what you're seeing in this whole situation.
Well, I'm seeing that Langenoja had a bad crash on the back, but he's kind of regrouping. And Salonen is kind of stuck mid-pack, so maybe we could find
Can't do
number
anything
12.
at the moment. Can't do anything at the moment. Can't find any drivers, man. You have to talk about what you can see on this fixed camera shot.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to find him on track. Where is he? Car number 12.
All right, we'll find it. We'll find him together.
Yeah, he's in a big battle right now.
8 goes past. 2 goes past.
Coming onto the back section now, I think.
1. So that's a third place.
Yeah, so
there's a 3
7,
and 4th.
10, and 12 in a
7,
big
5.
battle
All,
here.
yeah, bounce there goes 12. Down that back of it.
That's right. So he has 5th and 6th place right ahead of him.
So let's see if we can
Lambert
find car
is third.
12, who should be in the infield about now. Zach, he's white. I think he's white and orange. So
over the triple. There we go. Looks like he got by those guys on this lap.
Yeah.
So he should be in 6th place now. Fischer ahead of him. So this race should have a good battle for the 4th bump spot. They're all quite relatively close still on track.
So it is Iker Tellets from Spain leading by 5 seconds from Alexander Vidal. Then it's Ilari. I've even forgotten. You told me how to say it. How's his surname again for Ilari again?
Langenoja.
Langenoja. I need to write that. Langenoja in 3rd. And then it's Nikolai Johannes Lambert in 4th. Oliver Fischer in 5th. And JQ's pick Tommy Salonen in 6th.
But they're all right there, so I think his experience will come into play here towards the end. Normally in these 20-minute mains, that let's say from 13 minutes onwards, like second fuel stop onwards, that's really where you can see differences.
Yeah.
Drivers starting to get nervous, impatient, and then the more experience you have, the more calm you usually are in these situations.
It's always the way. I always find that in my calm at all. So we are coming up to when we would expect the first pit stop to be made about now. And saying that, as I say that, car dives into the pits. Let's go to number 2. That was actually the 8. I think the leader went into the pits. There is now the 1 of Ilari Aloja. And there we go in 3rd. So it's now people aren't really pushing it in a 20-minute final. It's just a 2-stopper, isn't it? It's very hard to get 10
everyone
minutes.
will.
Well, we're not. About 5 years ago, we were seeing people running 10 minutes quite regularly. It's just that sort of disappeared, isn't it? Why have run times dropped in the last few years?
I think one difference is that in the past, to do those long stints, the drivers weren't really pushing it to 100%. So there was that sort of slight safety barrier still, like playing it a bit safe, saving fuel. But these days, everyone at the top is going 100%. There's no safety, not saving anything, just going as fast as they possibly can. So they prioritize that over saving fuel. But tune that engine so it's the best performance, best handling, drive as hard as you can.
Is it?
So now we actually see Salonen has bumped up to third place after the pit stops. So there we go.
Good work there from Timo. Well, Tommy. Why not
Tommy.
Timo? Timo Salonen was a rally driver, wasn't he?
Yeah, we have Timo in rally and RC, everything.
You have a lot of rally drivers in Finland, of course.
I think we also have a Mayako here, Oliver Fischer, number 7.
In Denmark.
He was right there in the
I'm going to ask you a question. I don't really want to answer it or not. Just ask you. So what is the genesis of the Mayako chassis? Is the Mayako chassis the JQ chassis, but with enough money to do everything you wanted to do to it?
Well, the truth is that I had designed a new car already, but I didn't want to make a new JQ car because I didn't see a future in that. I wanted to find another brand to work for, or a new brand, or anything else that I could use that new car as the launching pad, like new platform. And then eventually I managed to find this Mayako project, and that's what happened. So if we had continued with JQ, yes, it would have been a new JQ car. But since I didn't, now it's a Mayako. So it shares a few parts, but the design is from the ground up. Everything I've learned, all the things I wanted to change all these years on the original car, now I was able to do that. It was actually, in some ways, quite impressive that from the very beginning, I had the same gearboxes, drivetrain, steering parts. Many of the parts were the exact same from day one for a decade.
Oh, that's enough. Yep, so let's pick up a car. So we now need to find the... Who are we looking at? Let's have a look for... Let's see number 12 for San and see if we can pick him up.
Yeah, now he's in
Where
fifth.
is he? He's just going to be in the first part of the lap, I think. The 12 car, if you can find him.
He should be there in the middle chicane now.
Yep. There we go.
Yep. And ahead of him is Langenoja in 4th. So the two Finnish drivers fighting for the last bump-up spot.
Yeah.
So I think Lamberts is the guy who's going to lose out, huh?
Oh, you never know.
We need two Finns in there, so
Double fin bump up. Yeah.
That's right. We have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the battle going down the front straight. So it's going to be a good finish to this race, I think. No pun intended there. So Salonen looks like he's catching the drivers in front. And Langenoja is right behind 3rd and 2nd. So this will be a good finish. And Vidal crashes at the line, and he's out. There we go. See,
you can't be happy about someone being out.
Well, I'm sorry, Vidal, but I said before the race that I think the two Finnish drivers are going to bump, and now they're 3rd and 4th.
Well, yes, but still Tellers and Lambert, and Vidal could come back.
He could.
In the 2 car.
Could, but unfortunately, he's not finished. Now he dropped back quite a bit, 4 seconds or so at least. 5, almost 6.
So Alexander Vidal is 6 seconds behind Tommy Salonen.
I think the difference here is that the Finnish guys have the invisible speed book.
Ah, right. I see. Reading it in Finnish,
yes.
Obviously.
We actually don't have it in Finnish, but in Finland, most people can read English.
Yes.
So they have the English language book, and they are using that knowledge to race into tomorrow.
Zach, if you could check your phone, please. Check your phone, Zach. As we,
Having some heat
yes,
issues
heat's
with
got
some...
heat's got in the equipment. It's always the way. Happens occasionally. We'll sort it out. We'll be fine for tomorrow.
Not designed to work in this excessive heat.
No. Tends to be electrical issues.
Well, we're still going strong. Teles leading from Lamberts, Langenoy and Salonen. Vidal now 6.8 seconds behind the bump. Things are going to the plan, at least if you're finished.
Yes.
Oliver Fischer flames out. That's too bad. Mayako out.
So tell us from Lamberts.
So Lamberts drops to fourth. I believe he was in second. Something happened.
Yeah.
Missed that.
Yeah, we've gone from Lamberts is down the S24. So we are having a bit of an argument with the heat at the moment, but we're sorry about it. But we'll try and keep you the. We've got 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go. You get a general impression of what's going on.
Oh. Now he's leading. It must have been fuel stops. Yep.
So, Nicola Johannes Lamberts of Denmark is leading. Icateles from Spain is second. Alexander Vidal is third. Hilar is fourth. Tommy's fourth and fifth now for the two Finns.
I think that the fuel stops are cycling through right now, so that's going to mess things up for a couple of laps, and then we see where they stand. I think the laptops have melted here. There we go. Now Langenoja back in second, Salonen back into third. Things are looking good. Not for the stream, but in the race, things are looking good. These guys are panicking here. Sun is shining. It's way too hot in Portugal. I think everything has melted.
You're doing a great job, JQ, as you watch us having a technical meeting behind you, so I'm very impressed by this.
Yes, this is very interesting. We still have a lot of cables, still a lot of knobs, and the difference now is that nothing's working. Last time I came in, everything was smooth.
It's got much hotter.
Yes.
The day's got on. We're troubleshooting left, right and centre.
Yeah. It's almost like you need more resources here.
No, it's just we need the resource we've got to work. There's no lack of resources. We're now trying I'll tell you why you know that, because we're now trying our third different fix for it. So, when you've got a problem, it's about how easy you can fix it.
What is the actual problem? What's overheating?
Just basically the connection between the camera and the control centre is not working. Now, I'm not sure whether that's because we've got an overheated camera, or we've got a problem with the cable getting too hot, believe it or not, which is possible, or the cable's got a break, or something's gone horribly wrong, or whatever. But the basic net is that it's gone all stuttery.
Well, one thing that is working is...
excellent segue. Yeah, go on for that one.
First and second place.
Wow.
The two Finnish drivers.
Hey.
Look, see, this is... how much more proof do you need? Invisiblespeed.net, first and second bumping to tomorrow.
Oh, amazing. Exactly, amazing. I couldn't agree more with the amazing there.
I know. 3 minutes to go.
That's a slight problem.
Fuel stops are done. Now, what can people see on the stream right now?
They can see the fixed picture there.
That one.
Yeah. The other picture's up, which is fine, but James needs to reformat that one now too, because it's in as a picture-in-picture.
Okay. So let's see where Salonen and Langenoja are. Now they're coming. Actually, you watch the screen right now. That's the leader coming through.
Okay.
Right there. And second place, two Finnish guys. Woo! And that's third place, right there. Fourth, way back. One of those cars, actually. Not that one. It wasn't the first one. now, I think. Yeah, that was 4th place. So there we go.
Okay.
Everything's under control still. 2 more minutes to go. I'm
Yep.
getting a bit nervous now.
Yeah, well, I'll take over. We'll get the main camera back up again. I think that's running quite nicely. We need to make sure it's all tuned in correctly. This is why we have James here, because we can go through 3 or 4 fixes and eventually get one, you see.
Yeah, it's good to know these things for tomorrow.
It's good to know how to happen now
really
rather than tomorrow, because this is the sort of time of day where the final will start tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, the final should be 20 minutes gone at this point, though, as we know, they never start on time. So. So thank you to JQ Invisible Net, thank you to S-Works, thank you to RCGP. This is the EFRA 18 Off-Road Euro 20. This is 164th A Finals, penultimate race of the day. And let's find our leader. It's car number 1.
Coming over the loop now.
Over the loop now. So there you pick him up, and there we go. Look at that works.
Second. Oh.
Nope.
Teles has made a comeback into second.
He's spoiling your day. Deliberately spoiling your day, isn't he?
We are still okay.
Right.
Top 4 bump, and they race tomorrow morning. What is this, 64th?
Yeah.
32nd starts tomorrow.
That's right. Bumping for Britain. Well, actually, no, bumping for international glory.
So 3 more laps to go then. 5-second gap from 4th to 5th, so no real race for the bump. I expected a closer race, closer finish for this, but looks like it's not going to happen.
Nope. It's going to be a 1 and 3 for Finland. Nico Hans-Lamberts has held on to his bump-up place despite dropping down to 4th. He's led the race for a while. So is there going to be much celebration on the finish table as they all know have to stay for an extra day?
I think so. I think both of them really wanted to race tomorrow, so this will be a very welcome result. It's always more fun to start racing today and then bump and then race all day tomorrow. There we go. Who was the first to finish? 3rd and 4th have finished already, I believe. Yes, so they did bump. Salonen actually dropped to 4th, but he got it. That's good enough.
Good enough for you.
Yes, and it looks like Ilar is going to win. There he is, crossing the line. 1st place. Amazing.
Certainly was. So that is that one there. Apologies for the disrupted coverage. That was due to the fact that we were fixing selection of technical issues. But we appear to have fixed them. So Alari was the winner. It was Ika Teles in 2nd. 3rd was Nikolai Johannes Lamberts. Tommy Salonen was 4th. There you go, bump ups to tomorrow. Christian Villa, Alexander Vidal, Nuno Philip Ferreira, Thomas Residitz, Freddie Thompson. Unfortunately, that's the end of their day. And Oliver Fischer, Kostas Agrofotis didn't make the trip. And Hugo Kuna hardly even started.
Yeah, so Hugo basically raced all week and got to race for 1 lap. Practiced and qualified, 1 lap of racing.
I'm not sure it's even racing. I think he got clunked off quite early, most. So, final race of the day is coming up. I'm not sure whether the time schedule for tomorrow has been posted. That's not it. That's the time schedule for today. Oh no, it isn't. Sorry, I misread that. Okie smoky. The time schedule is for 8:30 for the 132nds, 9:30 for the 1/16th, 10:30 for the 8th, 11:30 for the quarter. So it's all go.
Yeah, I mean, basically the race you want to see is 1/8 final at 10:30.
He's selling it big already.
That's what's going down.
Then we have the 1/4s. No, then we had the sub. Then we had the we won't bother covering it, but we got the A practice 12:30 till 1, and then at 1:30 it's the first semi-final. And then at 2:00 the second semi-final. These are all Portuguese time, so the same as the UK, but an hour behind mainland Europe. And then we have the over 40s final, which is 20 minutes at 3:30.
Next year I'll be there.
Then we have the last chance final, which is at 4:10. And then we have the junior final at half. I'm not sure that's the right way round. Surely the last chance final should be before the...
No, I do believe they have the junior final before the main.
No, but shouldn't they have the junior and the senior final? Because at this point, the last chance final is finishing at just after 4:30. So 4:25, and the main final starting at 5. So you're trying to get everyone back on again in half an hour.
Yeah.
I can't help thinking. Anyway, so it goes over 40s, last chance, junior, main final, which is currently run for 5. Though I was under the impression they may be slightly bringing that forward. But not sure and not certain.
Okay. Well, I'm going to make myself invisible and
You're going, are
prepare
you?
for tomorrow.
Seems fair enough. I've done most of the work that went on. I was just looking where we were trying to sort temperature issues out.
All good? Camera's working?
Yeah.
Good to go.
Well, it's good to go
All right, James.
at the moment.
Good job.
Thanks, James. Oh, dear. Just when you think there can't be any more going on, there's more going on. So, yeah. Okay, so about last race of the day. Here we go. it is Hugo Tavernon in 1, Luis Rodrigo in 2, Pablo Menendez in 3, Iago de la Guerza in 4, John Hazelwood in 5, Joaquin Moreno in 6th, Samuel Marino Silva in 7, Manuel Perez in 8, Fernando Almeida in 9, Jules Ores in 10, Kim Weinhardt in 11, and Vladimir Santos in 12. Hello everyone, sorry I've kind of ignored the chat because obviously we're just having a little bit of a problem. Maybe we did have JQ in the I thank you for the people who've answered the questions for everyone else. So we are back again. I think we're back again in full flavour with our camera as well. After the evil heat got to me. I'm not quite sure Zach sat down at this point. So, half a minute to go. Oh, the car's flame. Which one's that? I think it's a bright orange car. I mean, it's fine. Flaming at this point is fine because you can restart. 51. 10, 11, 51. Car 51. It was car 11 who flamed apparently, which is Kim Einart. Out they all go again. It's quite hot. It's quite hard to keep these things running the whole time. Certainly if you go right onto the pole position, there is literally just round the corner. That's it. That you can't even see the pole position man until he puts his car down. He hasn't really got the long enough run to the first corner to get round it properly. Look, just over it. There we go. So it is Hugo Tavernon, who was actually in the top 3 heats. Obviously, he's had a bit of had a great practice, but not a great set of qualifiers. Interesting, if you get yourself in the wrong qualifier and they're too fast, it's actually as bad as getting yourself in the wrong qualifier and they're too slow, because you end up having to move out of the way so many times to let people through. You just lose your rhythm. So it's sometimes over qualifying in heats is it actually as much of a problem as under qualifying. So Tavernon away and did a 33.7. So you kind of feel he's not in the final he should be in. So let's find out. Luis Rodrigo behind him, Pablo Menendez in 3rd, John Hazelwood in 4th. All the bump ups are kind of stay where they are. Manuel Perez is the big loser, 12 to 8. Oh, cars spinning all over the track there. There we go, flying around the back of the circuit. The sun is sort of bleaching the colour out of the track now, isn't it? If you look this way, the right hand side, we've still got a bit of colour, but when you turn left where the sun is, just bleaches everything out of the picture. Second place, Luis Rodrigo. 3rd, John Hazelwood. Hazelwood making a move for Hazelwood is using the new Agama. This is the one with the oops. And Tavernon made a mistake, but kind of got away with it, and it landed in such a way that he was able to keep going. So this is the brand new Agama on the hook. Draw back to 3rd place. John Hazelwood has there on camera. That is the car that's got the very low front end. It's got the kind of, oh, he's got it. He did it. He went for the double. Good lad. And it's got in the position. So Hazelwood pushing hard now. Hazelwood, one of a number of older drivers we've got who you know, in their day were very, very good indeed, and now are just older but still know what they're doing. And Hazelwood obviously knows what he's doing as a development driver and developing that new N1 Agama. So Hazelwood in second now, behind Tavernon. I can't see where Tavernon is actually. Is he a long way ahead, or is he just gone as well? There's Tavernon, the white car. So Tavernon, who has got a lot of ground speed, as we saw by the fact he qualified in the top 3 heats, and can turn 33-second laps, but isn't at the moment. Hazelwood holding second. Notice there's no big shocks at the front. Can you go really close on that by any chance, Zach? I'll challenge you to get some close-up shots of it as it runs at 30 miles an hour. It doesn't have shock towers at the front or at the rear. Both the front and rear shocks are lay down. On these tracks there isn't anything really slow. But it's excellent work, Zach. Something that aren't really slow things. But you can see that car just has a bluff front, no shocks. Thanks. You can relax now, move a bit further out. Thanks, Zach. And that is the car that's going to go into production for Agama quite soon. It's currently got a lot of 3D printed parts, which is why Lee Martin's not using it, because they are a little bit wobbly. As all 3D printed parts can be. It's because it's kind of a brittleness to the plastic and to the epoxies on the whole. But it is used for prototyping. They've prototyped it and now they're making the moulds, and the car will go into production, and they are very confident about it. So we'll see when the development driver John's got it. We'll see when the top drivers have got it as well. So Hazelwood about 2.5 behind Tavernon. Let's drop back to 3rd and 4th, who are sort of in a battle because they're within a second of each other. And that is Samuel Marino Silva in this car here with the white wing and the colourful look. And then Joel Suarez, who of course, is looking for a double bump up. He bumped up from the last one. And he's looking like he's got a little bit of extra speed. So the gap running about 2.5. But both these cars are in bump up positions. Both Silva and Suarez are in bump up positions. Still in the kind of the earliest phase, just over a quarter of the way through. First pit stops probably in about 2 laps time, possibly 3. Around them, the leads have really been gradually eked out. Tavernon is now 3.5 ahead of Hazelwood. Hazelwood's 5 seconds ahead of Silva. Joel Silva, I think, has gone up a little bit. Problem for Iago. There he is, his car being handed out. That's Iago de la Iglesias. He is in trouble. Probably mean that's going to be out of that. But actually, no. I tell you, there's actually issues indeed also for Luis Rodriguez. I think it was Luis Rodriguez's car that was flamed, whereas Iago just had a very bad lap. Pushing hard. You can see 3rd and 4th getting much, much closer now. It's half a second. Suarez going to get into 3rd. Getting 2 wheels and kept on. That might be the low roll centre. Oh, up the inside. Very nice. Zipped up the inside there. So that's a good overtaking manoeuvre indeed from Joel Suarez. I'm not sure how much Samuel Silva was trying to fight it. All you need to do is get in the top 4 and you bump to tomorrow. I'm going to bump to tomorrow. A little bit wide there. Tomorrow never comes, tomorrow never bumps. Nope. In for fuel. Both together. Oh, it's a fuel race. Yes. Here we go. In. Hands grab it in. It disappears in an exciting way and then comes back out again. Oh. Oh, it's all going on over there. All various cars had a bit of kerfuffle. There's been massive kerfuffling going on, so it'll be interesting to see where that ends everything up in. Saying that Hazelwood currently scored, as they kind of got to run out really with the fuel stops. Hazelwood currently scored first, one who's just running long. And it's Hugo Tavernon, then Marino Silva, Juan Suarez, Pablo Menendez, Kim Einhardt. And all still the only close to are Silva and Suarez. And then they are coming about to come past us. The two, up the inside there. Silva up the inside. Running around the back of the circuit, up and down the difficult, almost 180. Hard, that element there, that big steep jump, then the landings got harder and harder and harder. And breaking away now is the 7 of Silva. Suarez dropped a little bit off him, as you can see. It was a lot of him, 3 seconds that time. So it's 5 seconds from Hazelwood to Tavern on the lead now. Hazelwood obviously stopped for fuel. 3 seconds from Silva to Hazelwood, 3 seconds from Suarez to him. I don't even find car 3. We should just drop back 1 theoretically for car 3 of Menendez, Pablo Menendez. Is that who we're with? Are we with the 3 now? The Menendez machine? No, that's the 8. 0. 3 is the green, the light green car, third one down the main straight. So back 1, that's it. No, back 2, that's it. So that is the Menendez machine. He's dropped a little bit. It's just only a second behind Suarez. And that is Suarez, a middle mistake. So Menendez looking to go into bump ups. Car looks quite tail flippy. Difficult, that one, a high jump, stop, brake, turn. And you have to carry some speed. 0 from the 3. That is your gap for the final bump up here. Half the race just over is gone in the 164B final here at the European 1/8 EFRA European 1/8 Off-Road Euros 2022. 64B final sponsored by InvisibleSpeed.net. S-Works for all your chassis requirements and RCGP for your fun and requirements in 5th, 6th and 7th of August. Come and join us at the Nemo Raceway. Oh, they're all over. Now, people who were over there, Menendez has dropped to 4th. Suarez has rolled and dropped out, so Menendez has moved into 4th place. Oof. A little bit tight there on the switchback. So into the pits comes Menendez from 3rd, so that was quite good. Oh, there's an accident with the number 2 car of Rodrigo. They're out and going, so we've now stopped the second stop, 7 minutes to go. So everyone fueled, the people who've stopped now have fueled the end, so I think there's been later stops. I'm pretty sure that John Hazel has been stopping quite late there. Hugo Tavernon, unsurprisingly bumping up. Surprised to see him having to run again on Friday. We're with the third place man, Pablo Menendez. I say third, he's only fifth now, so he's dropped into fifth, but your street parts, other people who are taking fuel. He's 2 seconds behind Samuel Silva, and 3 seconds, 4 seconds behind Joel Suarez. Currently not bumping, but I think he took fuel relatively early. I'm not too sure. The other two will need to refuel quite soon. So they drop down. There we go, all the way. So Menendez has moved back up into fourth. Hazelwood is dropping out. Hazelwood must have obviously had a problem at some point. He's obviously just in a pit stop, but he was not quite sure why he's dropped so far down. He was comfortably in second. A mistake there. May see Hazelwood look to come back into play again. But I think it's more a case of some quite delayed stops. I think some people have really left it quite late to take some fuel on. Even saying that, as I watch the number 7 of Samuel Silva is taking fuel, so that's going to put him back a couple of places as he comes out of the pits. So people taking long stops. I've seen a number of people drop off. So it is Hugo Tavernon leading. He's got a nice chunky lead of 17 seconds, but that actually be more than that because Silva's no longer in second because he just took fuel. So it's whether he came out, I think he probably came out in fourth. So I think it's Menendez in second, who's on camera at the moment. Hazelwood is going to be in third, and Joel Suarez, is he going to be in fourth, or will it be Samuel Silva? There we go. Hazelwood goes. Has Silva going to come across the line? No. Will Suarez come across the line? Yes. And they both come. So they're very close together. So we now need to find Samuel Silva again in the 7 car. So it's dropped back a couple, I would think. Wait that, and then probably wait another. One of these is 7, isn't it? No, drop back. I want to go for one more. Oh, it's off the track. Over that was. Pick up a number on that car, and then I'll find out where we are overall compared to everyone else. So they're coming up past us now. That's the 8 car for fuel. That's not who you want. And the car in the main straight now. The 7 car going in the main straight now. So that is Samuel Silva in 4th place in the bump up, 2 seconds ahead of Joel Suarez looking to double bump. It's Portugal on Portugal action, so that's fine. No favouritism asked or given in the Portuguese teams. Nope. Tavernon and Menendez. There's Hazelwood. So we are with the 4th place man. He needs to stay ahead of Joel Suarez to bump up. He's got 3 minutes to do it. Hugo Tavernon much happier in a field in which he's the fastest car. Struggled manfully in the high heat he qualified into, and probably would have been better qualifying into the 50 to 75th percentile, like heat 7, 8 and 9 rather. I think he's in 10 or 12 or something. So it's not easy. It's not always easy being up against a lot of people who are faster than you. Can be a lot of problems. Oh! That's going to cost him the position because through went Silva. Oh no, did Silva go through? It was a big lead. Did Silva go through? He did. Sorry, jumped over. Did Suarez go through past Silva? And he did. Let's see that again where it all went wrong. Just kind of fell over, falling off the. That's weird, that one, wasn't it? He just came off and then lost everything. So that's your battle now. It's Silva versus Suarez. There's Suarez in the blue ahead, currently bumping up. There's Silva. Oh, that's an aggressive jump, which worked for a second, then didn't. Menendez, Hazelwood, and Tavernon's had a massive drop. What's happened to him? Hugo Tavernon's down to 3rd. Has he broken down? Where is Hugo Tavernon? Hugo Tavernon, the early favourite, and the man who was the fastest here has dropped out. He's missing officially. He's already a lap down. So Hugo Tavernon, the runaway leader and certainly the favourite to bump up, it's just not been a great event for him. He had a marvellous Wednesday. But Thursday and Friday have just been a nightmare for the Frenchman. So he drops into an out of position. That does mean that the top 4 are Pablo Menendez, John Hazelwood, Joel Suarez and Samuel Silva. Joaquim Moreno might be looking to bump up, but he's got a long way to go. He's a long way behind Samuel Silva. So that's massive turn. The loss of Hugo Tavernon, really bad news for him. Good news for the others. So real mixed bag for Hugo this week. But he certainly looked quick, so that's always a plus point. Okay. Driving down the hill. Suarez and Silva right together, but they are both currently bumping up, so it's not the end of the world. Hazelwood's taken the lead. So that means he will start in 9th if he stays in the lead. Menendez has a 13-second gap to Joel Suarez. He has, as you can see, a 0.8 of a second gap. Oh, a bit more now after Samuel Silva clunked that barrier. So, main story from this one is the bad luck for Hugo Tavernon breaking down whilst comfortably leading. His best lap was a 34.8, but I think it's over a second faster than anybody else. Showing the pace he showed on Wednesday afternoon, which got him into those top heats. But this is the problem with it. One of the things about nitro racing is, it's not guaranteed you're going to finish. There's so many things that can go wrong, many more than an electric car. And that's what's taken Tavernon out. Hazelwood now has finished the race. Mendes finished the race. So it's Hazelwood wins. Pablo Menendez second. This is the Suarez and Samuel Silva run to the line. There goes Suarez. There goes Samuel Silva. That's your final bump up. Kim Einhardt. Sorry, Joaquim Moreno is the first unlucky one missing out. Kim Einhardt ends up 6th. Voldemar Santos is 7th. Luis Rodrigo is 8th. Manuel Perez is 9th. They were on the trip, and then 3 cars didn't finish because they were broken. Hugo Tavernon, Iago de la Gazia, and Fernando Almeida. So that is it for today, before the qualifying and lower finals. We are back, believe it or not, at 8:30 tomorrow, where we start with the 1:30 seconds, and we have hours and hours of bump-up finals for you here on all the various outlets. And then, of course, we have our big final show from when the semi-finals start. Now, I haven't quite got time for that yet, but we'll blast the world with the information of what time the big final show is starting. There's still some movement on the when the actual timings will be, but it'll be probably around the semi-final time. So if you pencil it in for somewhere around about 1:30, perhaps a bit before that, 1:20 may well be when we'll be doing the final show, and we've done an awful lot of work for that, and hopefully it will show. I'd like to thank James for sorting out so many technical problems. I'd also like to thank Zach for working in very difficult conditions today in the hot and doing 5 things. I'd also thanks JQ for coming in and entertaining us a couple of times. That was very pleasant of him. Also, obviously, I'd like to thank iswillspeed.net. I'd like to thank S-Works, RCGP Series, and of course EFRA, who make this all possible. My name's Nick Damon, and we will see you tomorrow morning, 8:30 UK, Portugal, 9:30 Central Europe.
RCGP loves Great Britain. So much so, on August the 5th, 2022, we're coming home for some British hijinks and all-out nitro buggy racing action.